Hello, warriors. Welcome to the You Movement. I am B. It's been a couple of days, I think, since my last video that I posted in regards to healing. And no, it was in regards to the pursuit of happiness. Healing, the pursuit of happiness. My schedule is just whack. Right now, wide awake till 4 a.m, sleeping half the day at the current moment in time. We're coming up to full moon energy tomorrow, and I'm just exhausted beyond belief, is how I am. I'm getting a lot of reports back from others that they are also feeling so tired, just drained of all energy. And it feels to me like what is happening in the current moment is a lot of integration. And coming out of Dark Night of the Soul and coming out of all of that, what that entails, all the tower moments, all the shifts, the changes, the complete turning a U-turn back into self as things disintegrate. So much change has happened to me in the last 2 years, really the last 5 years. There's been so much change. It's hard to integrate and catch up with it all because a lot of this has felt to me like I'm running as fast as I can so that I don't fall down. And you're on like one of those electrical walkways and you just got to keep moving. It's like you're walking backwards or something. And if you're walking backwards on the electrical thing, if you stop walking for a second, you're going to just slide right back down. So it's always been like, get me away from this edge of this pit of doom. I need to run as fast as I can to escape, to get away, to get me there. And which brings me to the point of, well, where is there? For me on this journey, there has often been a mythical place that I have dreamt about of, getting out the other end and getting to the point where I feel good and I feel happy and like what even is happiness? Getting to the place where I'm in divine partnership, getting to the place where I have my successful roaring business, all these visions that I've been given have manifested into amazing, getting there to the place where finally family members go, oh, geez. Really? That's what happened to you? And look how you've coped and you're doing so great and I'm proud of you. Well, that's never going to happen. So I got to throw away a lot of these getting theirs. I have to throw away there. We're always on this pursuit of there. And as long as we're on the pursuit of there, we aren't here. And so where I've been for the last few days is just being here. And being here isn't the most pleasant place in the entire universe to be. I'm still having purges. I'm still feeling overwhelming feelings. I'm still feeling highs and lows and waves of emotion coming in. Yes. As I said, as we're walking from the mountains into the foothills, there's still going to be some fluctuations. I'm still not there. Where is there? I want to be there. But in letting go of there and just accepting here as it is, in its imperfection, in its fluctuations, in its exhaustion, in its emotions, whatever emotion happens to be coming up at that particular moment, in its nowness, in the presence, I can actually stop. And in the stopping of trying to get there, I can begin to integrate everything that came before and just begin to finally process it. It's like when you're uploading a file, first it says, uploading complete. And then it goes again and starts the bar all over again and says processing. And so I guess once you get to a place of stillness, of accepting that I am one with my bed, of accepting that nothing is happening, accepting the void, and accepting the longing that you might feel, or accepting the loneliness that you might feel, and accepting whatever is coming up. You begin to process and work through everything that already came up finally. And so you can, we've unpacked it all, and now we can begin to put it away, is how I feel. And when you clean house, sometimes it gets messier before it gets clean, as things are in a constant state of moving pieces and sorting them out before you figure out where everything has its proper home. I like to be very organized. Maybe it's my autistic brain, but everything needs to have a place. And if things are in a state of disarray, then I'm in a state of disarray. So everything has its place. And so understanding the place for everything that came before requires a sorting through. And through that sorting through, we integrate it into a peaceful state of being. So I guess, what I'm saying is that for me now, the energy that I'm in, and as a collective, taking the time that you need to sort through all the mess and just be in it is frustrating. It's not what I wanted. I wanted it to be over with by now. I didn't want to dedicate any more time. I feel like so much of my time was already stolen from me, and my sense of safety was stolen from me, and my sense of security was stolen from me. My sense of reality was stolen from me. And so I didn't want to give any more time to this person that stole all of these things and broke my brain. I wanted to be over it by now. But you can't get over it unless you have given yourself an adequate amount of time to just be with it. And what is that amount of time? I've done a lot of writing lately because, people say things, and I know they may mean it from a good place with well intentions to, just get over it. It's time to move on. But I've been carrying so much for so long that one doesn't simply just get over it and move on. That's an unrealistic expectation. It's an unrealistic expectation that you can go through the amount of changes that I went through and faced the amount of things that I faced and not require a certain amount of there's nothing you can do to speed it up. And trust me, I tried everything to speed it up. Underneath all of the coping mechanisms that I gave up, and that's a lot. I mentioned it to somebody recently, and their response to me was, well, that's impressive. To give up smoking, to give up drinking, to give up cannabis, to give up pharmaceuticals, to give up sugar, to give up caffeine, to give up microdosing, to give up friends, to lose a toxic and abusive marriage and a trauma bond, to recover from the truth bomb that I was married to a molester, to have to report him to the police, to go through a legal battle, to survive when my entire world around me collapsed into absolute rubbish and ash. But the person that gave me the most pressure to recover quickly was me. I felt like I was failing. Even though I survived all that, my interpretation of the situation was that I was failing, that I wasn't doing good enough, that I wasn't succeeding. And a lot of that is, in part because those are the types of things that I was indoctrinated to believe. And those are the types of things that people would routinely say to me and have said to me on my journey. People that have known me my whole life. And then on the other hand, people started showing up and started saying things like, "You're inspiring me. I'm proud of you. You're amazing. I love you. I'm grateful for you." And those things were almost as difficult as the other things because I'd never heard them. I'd never felt them. I'd never experienced them. So there's another whole phase to this awakening that comes in and triggers you from a good way, is when good shit starts showing up. And you're like, I don't know how to respond to this. I don't know how to integrate this. I don't know how I'm supposed to be with this. I don't know. All I know is running as fast as I can. All I know is exhaustion and burnout. I don't know what it is to have community, but I'm learning. I don't know what it is to trust people, but I'm learning to trust my instincts. And in so doing, in the trusting of myself, I'm becoming more capable of trusting others. There's so many things integrating at the same time. The letting go of who I was, the stepping into who I am, the putting the pieces back together of, my 3D reality and trying to create a semblance of a new life after the old one was completely and utterly blown to smithereens. The learning what it is to be. And all of this, it's like every few hours I'm integrating something new. So no wonder I'm exhausted. No wonder I'm exhausted. This awakening process, unless somebody is on it, nobody could fathom. Nobody could fathom. If you are on it or you've been through it, you know, I honor you as warriors, and I'm learning so much along this path. You know, for a long period of time, I considered myself stepping into the role of being a teacher. But the reality is, it is through teaching I am learning. I am becoming the student. So another collapse of a paradigm has come in upon itself. Those that I thought I could be there for have been there for me. And for that, I'm incredibly grateful. There's so many things to integrate when you shift out of an old reality and move into a new reality. And integration, there's nothing you can do to facilitate it happening faster or necessarily slower. It's going to these new awarenesses, and this new ability to process through is just going to happen. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens over the next few months. I'm not trying to predict anything anymore. I'm more coming from a place of curiosity to see what, if anything, happens. I'm starting to feel safe again. There are still moments that I don't feel safe. I'm starting to feel, you know, a little bit more stable. Last year was, without question, you know, the last 2 years have been a living hell. A living hell that I survived because I had this channel. And it gave me purpose and meaning with all the crazy that was happening around me, that I could somehow maybe save somebody else. While I was running as fast as I can, I wanted to help as many other people from getting sucked into the void and into that pit. So today's video is a little bit scattered, and that's okay. So is my brain. But scattered is better than broken. And so I'm going to celebrate those, the small successes, and see that there really has been dramatic changes if you look back from even a year ago. I just want to say thank you. I just want to leave you with thank you, thank you, and thank you. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the subscriptions, the comments. You have kept me going so that I can keep others out there going. It's a reciprocal energy that I incredibly value. And I am so incredibly grateful that I have found soul tribe and community with other neurodivergents, others who are recovering from abuse, others who have experienced narcissistic abuse, others who have experienced difficult and tragic awakenings full of very painful trauma. We support each other. We hold each other. Maybe not in the same room, but energetically we are connected more than you know. This whole unity consciousness is very profound and at times challenging, but one I'm very, very grateful that every day I have more things that I can find blessings in. And today, those blessings are all of you. Peace out.